Hello there, and welcome to Jake's Safe Space, where the goal for this channel is to reach as many people as possible and to battle mental health issues one video at a time. Where we say here on Jake's Safe Space, where we believe just having the conversation is better than doing nothing at all, especially when receiving mental health services can be a little difficult, especially in today's economy. So, welcome back to Jake's Safe Space. And the topic for today's video is imaginary drum roll, please. Today's topic, time anxiety. I previously made a video on anxiety, but now we are talking about time anxiety. So let's dive straight into it, shall we? All right, here we go. What is time anxiety? Time anxiety is persistent, stressful sense of unease or dread regarding the passage of time. Okay? It is not a formal diagnosis, but is an underlying symptom of generalized anxiety, GAD, ADHD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Some of these things might sound repetitive if you watched my anxiety video, but this is like a subcategory of anxiety. And the reason I'm making this video is because I believe I suffer from this, and I believe other people might suffer from this too. So we like I've mentioned before, we are all going to be learning about these things together and learning more about these things. All right. Time anxiety involves a chronic obsession with whether the time is being spent meaningfully or productively. Example, should I be doing this? Is this worth my time? Right? I think we've all may have uttered these things or have said these things to ourselves before. Subcategories of time anxiety. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a burp coming. Hurry sickness. Now, what this is the feeling of urgency and compulsive need to rush through tasks even when there is no deadline. And I know for a fact I do this all the time. And I wrote a little example here. Example. Well, like, the example could be, let's say you're doing your laundry or making your lunch, and while you're doing it, you're like, oh my goodness, you're like, I need to get through this as fast as possible. I need to do this as quick as possible. But, when you're making your lunch or doing your laundry, there's no deadline on this. I know for a fact I do this because I'll be making a sandwich for work, and I'm trying to rush through it as fast as possible. To do what? To go sit in this chair and watch YouTube videos? To go sit on the TV? Oh boy. Oh boy. To sit on the couch and watch TV? So, but I think you can see the point I'm making here. Next one is time blindness. Now, this is very common in ADHD, and what this is, you may have difficulty in accurately perceiving passages of time or interpreting how long a task might take. All right. Now, because of this, you may not want to complete or even start the task. Example. I'm bringing up laundry again because this is just a basic chore we do. Example, doing my laundry is going to take too long, therefore I'm not going to do it. Right? Now that could just be basic procrastination, or have a constant feeling of being behind. Now, going back to the previous thing I said, example, doing my laundry is going to take too long, therefore I'm not going to do it. The reason I said this is because this happens to me. I have this thing where I might going to be folding my laundry, which in retrospect, it will take 5 minutes, but I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh my God, look at all that laundry. It looks like it's going to take an hour to fold. But in actuality, if you just do it, it will take 5 minutes. That is an example of time blindness. I'm having difficulty perceiving how long it actually might take when if I just do it, it's a lot shorter than it really is. Let's move on here. Existential dread. Existential dread. I think I'm saying this right, but once I say it, we all know this meaning here. This is the feeling of time is slipping away, or you are too worried that you are spending your life in a meaningful way. Oh, excuse me, that was that burp I was waiting for. Or let's restart here. Your time is slipping away, or you are too worried that you are spending your life in a meaningful way, or meeting certain milestones at a certain age. I think we've all been through this. The example I have here is a quarter life crisis. I recently hit one of these. I'm 27, but I bring up this example all the time. The second I turned 25, literally the day I turned 25, I was like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to take care of this, I have to do this, I have to do that. So I believe a quarter life crisis is a really good example of existential dread here. But let's keep the ball rolling. Strategies to help combat time anxiety. Let's dive right in here. Single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time instead of multiple. This helps restore your internal clock. Do this by creating a task list or a to-do list, right? Pretty self-explanatory. If you're having trouble focusing on things, or you're worrying about too many things at one time, best thing to do is always to create a to-do list. This helps me. I'm always all over the place. My girlfriend Chloe, she recently bought me a planner. It's wonderful. Best thing to do is, write out your day. Write out just the little things you want to do. Even if it's just, you wake up, even if it's just make breakfast, eat breakfast, put clothes away, and go to work. Just write those things down. It's incredibly helpful. And, it's another good thing to do is once you do those things, cross them off. That's like a little mental hack. You cross those things off, and it really does help your brain. You're like, wow, I completed, a task for the day. It really does help you. Next one here, limit time/clock checking. The more you check the time, the more it impulsively increases the anxiety. Try setting alarms instead if you are worried about being late or need to switch to a new task. Let's break this down here. If you are doing something, for example, let's say I'm going to bring up doing laundry again. If you're folding your laundry, doing your laundry, or let's say you're cleaning your room, let's bring up a new thing here. If you're cleaning your room and every 5 minutes you keep checking your time, it's going to just increase your anxiety even more. Every 5 minutes let's say you're cleaning your room. Every 5 minutes you check your phone or your watch, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not done yet. It's just going to increase your anxiety because you're like, oh, it's taking so long. Every 1 minute you check your phone, you're like, oh my goodness, it's taking so long. What you could do is you set an alarm to see how long it's taking, or you set an alarm if you have to do a new task. Let's say you're cleaning your room, you set an alarm, let's say it's 5 o'clock, you say, okay, even if I'm not done at 5:30, I want to go make dinner, or at 6 o'clock, I want to go make dinner. If you're cleaning your room, you start at 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, you say, I want to go make dinner. You set an alarm at 6. So that way you're not worrying about the time the whole time, right? You're not constantly checking your watch, constantly checking your phone. Because I know myself, if I keep checking my phone, then I'm definitely not cleaning my room. I'm going on Instagram, I'm watching TikTok, and then the second I open TikTok, or if I open YouTube Shorts, I'm plopping down, I start giggling, I start watching videos, I'm giggling. It's a mess. So that's where setting alarms might help you. Let's move on here. Incorporate guilt-free breaks. Intentionally slow down a daily task. Example, brushing your teeth when you are getting ready or making coffee. The trick is it sends signals of safety to your nervous system to deactivate the crisis mode. I've never tried this personally, but in actuality, what it's supposed to do, let's say you're brushing your teeth and you always rush brushing your teeth. I'm left-handed, right? So if I'm brushing my teeth and I'm left-handed, what I would do is I would use my right hand to brush my teeth. Now, you might not brush your teeth as well, but you would just take your time, right? So you take your time, you brush it with your opposite hand, and it would send a signal to your body and go, okay, we're slowing down this task. We can calm down a little bit, right? That is the method here. It deactivates the crisis mode because you flipped you flipped the whole thing around. That is that's the strat there. But in conclusion, if this is something you are struggling with, as always I mention this, please, please, please reach out to your natural supports, as there is always someone there for you. I promise there is. I promise there is always someone there for you. If not, you can reach out to me. That's what this YouTube channel is for. I promise there is someone there for you. But that's going to be it for this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, remember, you are loved. Thank you for watching.